Climate change is the existential crisis of all time. There's nothing you can say that minimizes the importance of climate change as an issue. Arguably, our most important near-term climate action we can take is to reduce methane. And there's a huge international effort to try to reduce methane emissions by 30% in the next 5.5 years. Part of affecting change is to put forward the science that will stand up to scrutiny that regulators can use to make the tough decisions. That's a big part of what we do. I'm Matt Johnson. I head the Energy Emissions Research Lab at Carleton University, affectionately known as EERL, and our focus is on measuring and mitigating greenhouse gas emissions and air pollutant emissions in the energy sector. I think a big part of the experience at Carleton in general is we try to get our hands dirty. And so we do things in the lab. It's very important work trying to understand the more fundamental things. But then we spend a lot of time in the field trying to put this science into action. My team is getting ready to go do some work in Southern Ontario, another month or so. We have a different team deploying to Colombia and work with the United Nations, where we're trying to measure methane emissions in that country. A key part of those field measurement technologies is drones, or uncrewed aerial vehicles, UAVs. And so we were mounting different sensors on drones, trying to figure out how to measure these sources that have historically been impossible to measure. Flaring is one of the many things we work on. When you produce oil and gas, you're not just producing oil or gas. Typically, it's a mixture of water, oil, and gas that comes to the surface. And so it depends on where you are. That gas might be treated as waste. Seems crazy. It's the same natural gas that comes to our house. But if you're in rural Saskatchewan or Nigeria, Gabon, parts of South America, then there's no market for that gas. Oil companies will just burn it off as waste. So one of the things we work on in this lab is trying to measure what's actually coming off flares, trying to support governments in writing better, stronger regulations. We look at the techno-economics. What are the solutions? How do we get them implemented? What are the barriers? And that's kind of the holistic approach we're taking here. We partner with a broad range of organizations, governments, industry, international agencies, from the United Nations Environment Program, Environment Canada, Environmental Defense Fund. We really try to get in the middle of all of this to put real science, actionable information so that we can make a better environment.